I'm Rosha Pinder-Cuffy, Director of Student and Community Affairs. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the first session of our two-part student orientation and to the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, CUNY SLU, a school dedicated to public service and social justice. Before we get started, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping items. We ask that everyone remain on mute unless speaking to the group. You will have an opportunity to unmute yourself and engage with others in your program during this orientation. We'll be posting information and links in the chat throughout the orientation. Please make sure to click the chat on the bottom of your screen to see the information posted. We'll also be mailing these links after the orientation. We also invite your questions. You can use the chat throughout the orientation to post your questions, any questions you may have. If you have not done so already, please include your assigned program code along with your first name and last name on your virtual name tag. We've put the program codes in the chat for you to refer to as you make those changes. We also welcome your feedback on the orientation. Please take a moment to complete the survey at the end of the orientation. Lastly, this orientation is being recorded. We'll share the recording with you after the event. Here tonight, we have an outstanding team of professionals who will support you throughout your journey at CUNY SLU. We'll take a moment now for some of my colleagues to introduce themselves via video. Others you'll hear from in person later tonight.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rosha Pinder-Cuffy, Director of Student and Community Affairs. Welcome to the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, CUNY SLU. You've probably heard that CUNY SLU is a special place, and it is. We hope that you take full advantage of everything CUNY SLU has to offer. We're excited to welcome you to our community.
Hi, everybody. My name is Padraig O'Donoghue, and I'm the Manager of Student Support and Retention here at CUNY SLU. We welcome you to the new semester, and we're here to support you on your journey toward your degree.
Hi, my name is David Unger, and I'm the Program Coordinator and Advisor for our undergraduate certificates in labor studies and labor relations. We're so happy to have you here as we try and build power and make change together.
Reimer, I'm the coordinator of the SLU Writing Center. And I'm excited to welcome you on behalf of the Writing Center's wonderful, dedicated staff.
Hi, one and all. I am Maureen Lamar, the Program Manager of Labor Studies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in the right place to be studying labor and urban in what is the largest city and the most unionized state in the union. I think it's going to be a fantastic journey, and we will hopefully make it an easy one. Our doors are always open. We can't wait to see you in class.
Bienvenidos. My name is Irene Garcia Mates. I'm the academic advisor for the Labor Studies Program, graduate degrees. And I hope that you have a very productive semester. And I hope that you create a lot of connections and also take advantage of support services.
I'm Kevin Simmons, Academic Program Coordinator for the Healthcare Certificate Program, Resident Leadership Academy Program, and the Transit Certificate Program. Welcome to the School of Labor and Urban Studies Orientation, and good luck in the spring.
I'm Orson Barzola. I am the Enrollment Coordinator with the Office of Admissions at the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. We are so excited to have you join us. Welcome to CUNY SLU.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Greenfeld, the Program Manager of Urban Studies, and welcome. We're so glad that you're going to be studying with us at the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. I hope that I have the opportunity to meet each and every one of you as you complete your program.
I'm Samina Shahidi. I serve as the Academic Advisor for the Master of Arts in Urban Studies at CUNY SLU. Looking forward to collaborating together on your academic, professional, and organizing goals.
Hi, I'm June Cumberbatch. I'm the advisor for the BA in Urban and Community Studies, and I wish to welcome you to the spring 2021 semester. And I look forward to working with you all and bringing you all to a successful completion of your BA degrees. Thank you.
Hello all, I'm Julian Tolentino, and I'm the coordinator and advisor to the Community Leadership Certificate and the Public Administration Certificate programs. I look forward to supporting you this semester, so welcome to the CUNY SLU community.
Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal Joseph. I am the program coordinator for the Community Semester Experience, which brings together activism and theory and puts it all into practice. I'm excited to meet everyone. Welcome to CUNY SLU.
Thank you all. The theme for orientation is resilience and radical imagination. To say 2020 was a year unlike any other is an understatement. A life-changing pandemic, a historic racial justice movement, an unprecedented election led us to question what has been and to radically imagine what could be. But in the midst of these moments, there was resilience. There was virtual community. There was hope to transform our systems. There was historic voter turnout and the election of the first woman and woman of color as vice president. As we gather for this orientation on Inauguration Day, we're at an inflection point in our nation, and we will need courage, unity, and leaders like you to help radically imagine and transform what is happening in this country and the world around us. We're honored that you've chosen the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. There's no better place to be at this time. There may be many things that will contribute to your experience as you go through this journey at CUNY SLU. It may be your study of labor, urban, and social justice issues confronting our city and our nation. Your professors, who include some of the most distinguished social science scholars, the staff, the resources and support services, and importantly, your connections with each other. And yes, we're still living in a time of distance learning classes, Zoom meetings, face masks, and social distancing. And it may feel difficult to stay connected. But I encourage you to make connections with each other, SLU faculty and staff. It is these connections that will help you succeed at SLU. I also challenge you to view this experience with a growth mindset. The belief that your skills and experience can develop and grow over time through effort and perseverance. We hope that you will take full advantage of everything SLU has to offer. We are so excited to welcome you into our community. As a demonstration of our resiliency and to start building community, we're going to work together to write a poem. I'll turn it over to my colleagues, Michael Reimer, who leads our Writing Center, and Iriam Lopez, Masters in Labor Studies student and Student Union representative. Michael and Iriam.
Thank you so much, Rochelle. Great to see everybody. I'm Michael Reimer. I'm the coordinator of the SLU Writing Center. And I'm excited to introduce you to Iriam Lopez, a Master's of Labor Studies student who's also a Student Union representative, to guide us through this exciting collective poetry exercise.
So welcome, everyone. We're going to take a few minutes now to do an icebreaker activity that will help demonstrate our diversity and our strength. We'll be writing a crowdsourced poem. We just dropped the link into a Google Doc into the chat. Please click on the link, and when you do, you'll see 5 fields. Please take a moment to read them all, and then choose 2 to fill out with a brief answer, just a few words. After doing this, click submit. Please take a couple of minutes to do this, and after you've done, if you're willing to help us to recite the poem, please type your first name into the chat so that we know that we can call on you. So, all right, everyone. I will be starting by reading the first part of the poem, beginning with the I statement, and then reading each of the responses underneath it. After that, I will call on the next reader to do the same for the next part of the poem. All right. Michael, I just need for you to scroll down once I get to Chicago. Okay. So here we go. I am from South Florida, sandlots and soccer, a dream my grandfather once had, Georgia trees, sorry, the Bronx, Brooklyn and the house, what is that one? Georgetown, Guyana, Indiana, Chicago, neon lights and desert tumbleweeds. Brooklyn, New York. A little bit more down. Manchester, UK, fireplace and community. Los Angeles, San Diego, Wilmington, Delaware, Churchill Downs, Actors Theater, Staten Island, North Carolina, a lake, a village, small town, Texas, Mali, Bronx, Woodside, Queens, Brownsville, Brooklyn, the White Suburbs, Brooklyn, Chocolate City, Mountains, Lakes, Shabbat, Candlelight, Midwestern, Flatness, and Stretches into the Sky, Manhattan Dolls, Cherry Blossoms and the Redskins, Forests and Lakes, Tired Immigrants, oops, missed that one. Tired Immigrants of the Midwest, the Dirt Hills in Jamaica, Queens, Brooklyn Playgrounds, Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn, born in South Bronx and raised in Harlem, Navajo Nation, coastlines and military bases. I am from the Bronx, but I come from a West Indian background. My parents are Antiguan, Queens, New York, water and soil, a beach community on warm Gulf waves. A small island, Whaled Lake, England, Big Ben, and London Eye. I am from Queens. I am from Queens, Far Rockaway, Crown Heights, Queens, New York, Alabama and Kentucky, Brooklyn, America, a small town near the beach and boardwalk. Brooklyn and the Dominican Republic, Mali, upstate New York, the Bronx, church, Brooklyn, excursions in the woods, eating dinner with my family, New York City, home. I grew up in Queens, New York, Glen, Macedonia, Brooklyn, Brownsville, a New Yorican Brooklynite that loves to roller skate. Ridgewood, Jamaica, Queens, Lima and Austin, Coney Island, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, the beaches of Jamaica Bay. I am from a small place in New York City. There's a theater called Apollo. It's called Harlem. Bangladesh and live in New York. And what's the last one? Did I miss one? Live in New York, and then New York County, Kerry, Ireland. And I am from Staten Island. And Chess, both my parents are from Vietnam, came to America after the Vietnam War. Okay, so now I had on the schedule that the second person was Shanika. So if you want to take part of the second part of the poem. Shanika, are you there?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So the second part where it says, I am strong when?
Correct, and then you read the stuff below it.
Okay. I am connected to others. I am creating. I have balance. I am with my family. I'm informed and knowledgeable. When I'm supported, I am strongest when my family is happy. I'm busy, surrounded by comrades and the collective struggle. I feel confident. I get up early. I have the support of those around me. Challenged, knowledgeable, when I have my family support and understanding. I am focused. I am problem solving, collaborating. I'm organized. I am working with others. Family is near. When I advocate with people that accept it, okay, I am confident. When I help others reach their potential, I fall, I achieve, I'm working with others, I'm shutting stuff down with comrades, I am with my community, farming, happiness and wholesomeness. I am supported and actively supporting others. I know all my loved ones are doing well. I feel heard. I pray. I listen. Under pressure, I am surrounded by community. I exercise. Defending my family and nations. I am giving back my community and union. Know what I'm doing. I feel supported. I am trusting myself.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to cut you off. That was wonderful reading. We have so many fantastic responses here. Can we do maybe just 5 more for the next question? And then we'll make sure to find a way to share this whole poem with everybody. And thank you again for these wonderful responses. So if we could have one more volunteer just to read 5 for this next question, that would be great. And if you want to just bring yourself off mute to read, that's fine.
I can read it. This is Maisha. I am inspired by my mom, workers taking power, teamwork, compassion and thoughtfulness, and those who rise up. Just those? You want me to stop there?
That is wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for participating.
Yes, thank you, everyone, and for your participation and demonstration of our collective strength.
We can all be inspired by our individual and collective resiliency demonstrated in the poem. Some of the most important connections that you will make at CUNY SLU will be with your fellow classmates and a team of professionals that will support you throughout your academic journey. To provide you with an opportunity to begin to make those connections, we'll move into breakout groups with each program. The breakout rooms are listed in the chat for your reference. If by any chance you end up in the wrong breakout room, please leave the room and we'll make sure to get you in the right room. You've all demonstrated your resiliency in the face of technology challenges. Bravo. We hope that you enjoyed meeting with other students in your program and look forward to you continuing to make those connections. Now that you've had the opportunity to meet your classmates, we want you to learn about some of the campus resources. It's my pleasure to introduce our Enrollment Registrar Director, Laurie Grimes. Laurie?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first part of our student orientation. I'm Laurie Grimes, the registrar here at SLU. I'm going to start by doing a brief presentation of explaining a few things that we refer to in student records. If you have any questions, you can contact me at registrar@slu.cuny.edu. Okay, I'm ready to go. So one thing that CUNY First is your official academic record. All of your school information, and if you have attended other CUNY schools, follows you along. Some of you may have been at CUNY a few years ago. Some may have come from CUNY quite a while ago. Most of your record would have come over in CUNY First within the last 12 years. Key points that I want to stress is that when when we ask for information regarding your record, to review your your school record, we refer to your student ID or EMPL ID. Some of you might have gotten this when you applied. Some of them, you can see this on the next screen. I'll show you where to look for it. I've added a link here that I believe the presentation is going to be shared with everyone, and this link will be available so you can watch it to claim your account if you haven't done so already. Next. So when you log into CUNY First, the first page is what we call a home page. I'd like to point out that in the center, you'll see the SLU announcements. On this page is where we provide any upcoming information that we need you to know about. It's a quick reference to look at. We try to provide some links there for you. So when you log into the system, it's like, oh, wait, I can go here and I can find the academic calendar, or I can look for a class. As you see, it's right in the center, SLU announcements. Also, there's important information there too. When you log in, there's different information for CUNY First, different information that you can for your FAFSA. Due to the coronavirus pandemic right now, things are updated continuously. There's also a spot there. So when you log in, look around, click the different links. You can minimize it, you can open it, you can see, there's a lot of information there. Next. The most common page that you're going to go to is your Student Center. So in the main menu, you'll see Student Center. When you open it, the page you'll see will have three main tabs: your academics, your finance, and your personal information tab. I think I'm sorry, it's a little blurry, but the next screen will show a little bit more. So in your academics tab, this is where you'll see where your classes are, what your current schedule is that you're enrolled in, when the classes would meet. If we were meeting in person, this would also state your room number that you would have your class. Right now, if you look at your schedule, it will say that it's online, but it will give you the date and time for your online class. Within the academics tab, there's several drop-down menus to view grades, order transcripts, and a whole menu of things that are there. I'm going to go into more detail for my CUNY First workshop, which is February 4th, but I just want to touch on a few things to look at. So at the top of your Student Center is going to have your name, and then it will say your ID. That's your 8-digit CUNY ID. It's just make sure you learn it and you know it. Would be on your ID card. As you're getting information now for your email addresses, you'll notice that the last 2 digits that are your EMPL are part of your EMPL ID or your CUNY ID. On your menu side, we have to-do lists. You have a hold box on the top, which will provide what your service indicators. If you have holds preventing you from registering, that would be listed there. You also have a box with your program advisor. If you forget the email address, you can click on that link and it will provide you their contact information, email, and phone number. In the center of the page, you'll see your finances that you can look to see what your bill is. You can print out a bill and it will give you different payment options. Very important at the bottom is your contact information. Here, I stress that you should look at it, make sure we have your current address, everything is spelled correctly, a contact information as far as your phone number, whether it's your cell number, and you'll see that your campus email is there, and you can update your personal email in that tab. You can go to the next one, please. So when you were welcomed into the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, we provided your program advisor information and email. As I stated on the previous screen, in your student center, you'll see the box that has who your advisor is. It's important that you speak with them and you met them just before this to get to know them, talk with them about your schedule and how you can register for your classes. Next. One thing I want to point out also in the to-do list, you'll be seeing this notification for SPARK, which is an online training. SPARK stands for Sexual and Interpersonal Violence Prevention and Response course. This is based off of Enough is Enough. If you clicked on this SPARK link, it will provide you the next, give you information, about the online training. If you hadn't completed it, there's a link there that will provide you will click you into your Blackboard so that you can go and take the training course. This is required for all students, and more information can be found at the link below. Another important fact that I want everybody to look at, I've highlighted some important dates here of the academic calendar. Also on here is the link for the academic calendar, as well as the main CUNY calendars. Should anything change periodically, we could have adjustments to calendars. So it's important that you keep clicking, check it out. Make sure we'll notify you of any major changes, but it's good reference to check your dates. I've highlighted here the days that the college is closed. And even though we're remote, that would mean that there are no classes in session on those closed dates. Another important date that I'd like you to know is the last day to withdraw from a class is now the end of the semester, which would be for the spring is May 17th. So also in the academic calendar are some billing information, which is highlighted on the next page, your liabilities. So should something arise and you need to drop a class, please know dropping a class before the first day of class will give you 100% refund and you will not be charged. But that changes once classes start. And you'll see here on the due dates, on 2/4 is the last day to drop for 75% refund, 2/11 is the last day for 50% refund, and 2/18 last day for 25% refund. After that date, you will be responsible for your whole tuition. The bursar will go into more details about this, but this is important to know because sometimes things happen and you don't realize it and you may have to drop a class. We wouldn't want that to happen, but it's important that you know of the liability dates. Another part, bursar, or my colleague in the bursar's office wanted me to share with you because of the date. If you have received your bill and you're enrolled in your classes, the last day to enroll is, if you enroll by the 22nd, you'll have 4 payment options if you do set up a payment plan, which you can do in CUNY First. I think the link is there for CUNY First. If not, you can contact the bursar's office to set up a payment plan. But if you do that by the 22nd, you'll have 4 options, 4 payment options as opposed to 3. And I think another thing that's very important, that as a new student, we set up emails for you, for your SLU email account. Sometimes it's easy to just use your personal email to communicate with us. But when we communicate with you, we're going to send important information to your SLU email account. This is the email policy. And departments may ask you to use only your SLU email. I would recommend, if you're going to use a personal email, to include your SLU email as well as your EMPL ID on all your communications to the various departments at SLU. Like to point out, our website is ever evolving and there's a lot of information there. You can click around at the various pages. For my registrar page, you can go to that link there. There's menu information about registering, how to get transcripts, how to request a diploma, how to apply for graduation, and update your personal information. And we are here Monday through Friday. I don't know why that says Thursday, sorry, but we are here Monday through Friday, generally from 8:15 to 5. Due to COVID, everything is remote, and you can contact me or someone in my office at registrar@slu.cuny.edu if you have any questions. And now I would like to introduce Jeff Rickman, our Director of IT Services.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Jeff Rickman. I'm the Director of IT for SLU. I'm here with my staff. So Aaron, can you put up my slide deck?
Yep.
So hi, everyone. Again, my name is Jeff Rickman. I'm with the SLU IT team. The IT area offers a wide variety of services to assist the students. Besides having your CUNY student email that was set up for you, everyone is given access to Office 365. You're given access to DropBox using your single sign-on, your CUNY First IDs. You have access to your library, which is at the GC. We have virtual desktop for anyone taking statistical classes that have specialized software for your use. And we have a laptop loaner program for any students in need of a laptop, whether it be for just Microsoft Office or if it be for statistical work. We also have some iPads that we might be able to lend out depending on what your needs are. Next slide. The IT service desk has operational hours Monday to Friday from 8:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, and on Fridays from 8:30 in the morning till 6. Right now we are closed on Saturday and Sunday. The help desk could be reached by email at ithelpdesk at slu.cuny.edu, or you could call us and we are there to support your needs. Next slide. I am going to have one of my staff show you how to log into the Office 365 and to your student email. So Jed, can you take them through Office 365?
Thank you, Jeff. I will. About that, everyone. So again, I'll go back from the beginning. Go to your preferred browser, search up office.com. You'll be brought to the home page here. Now, if you click on the account icon button here or the sign in button here, it will lead you to the same page. Now, your username, as shown right in here, will be your first name, dot, your last name, last 2 digits of your EMPL ID at slu3.cuny.edu, excuse me, as shown here. Now your password will be provided by the IT service desk. Okay, click yes or no, it's up to your preference. And now you'll be brought to your Office account homepage. Now here you have full access to the Office suite. Here, as shown on the left side, and on the right side, Install Office allows you to install the Office suite up to 5 devices. Your phone, tablet, iPad, laptop, and any device, up to 5 devices. Now here on the Office suite, you could see here that most importantly here, I'm going to highlight right here is the Outlook. When you click on Outlook, you'll be brought to your SLU3 email. Here you can create emails, forward emails, and also communicate with advisors and anyone within CUNY. Now, if we take a step back to the home page here, you'll see that you have access to Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are the basic suites, and they'll also be completely updated with the most latest version. So quickly, like every other application here, I'll click on Word. You'll be brought to this page. You click on New Blank Document, you'll have a new tab. Now here I can edit and say whatever I need to do. And then I can also change the name on the fly. Okay. Since it's connected to the suite and it's connected to the drive, it will automatically save. So if I close this out, let's go back to home, refresh. See that? It's the document I just created. And from here, I'll explain that this is the drive. It works just like Google Drive, that if you make like any document under the suite, it'll automatically update and sync to the drive. So you can access your document anywhere. Excel, Word, PowerPoint, anyone. And the OneDrive is pretty much the Google Drive where all your documents will be saved. It's the main cloud for online, as you can see. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask and contact the IT service desk. We'll be able to help you out with any inquiries at all. Thank you.
Sorry, Jed, is there any reason why I would want to use the school's 365 as opposed to my own personal 365?
Okay. So right now CUNY is trying to it's a security reason for that. If it's a personal email, it's not entirely like trusted within the system. I'm going to explain as best as I can. And if it's a CUNY email, the system will automatically recognize it and won't be flagged for spam or any possible viruses.
Somehow I didn't understand that. I mean, if we're talking about 365 and I'm typing a paper and I want to use something in the suite and I use one of the programs in my own personal suite as opposed to using the suite, CUNY suite to do it, I'm not understanding why or if there's a difference.
You can use your own suite. CUNY as a whole gives the suite to the students free of charge. So there's no charge. We also give you a terabyte of storage on OneDrive and a terabyte of storage in DropBox. You can use your own Office 365. There's no issues with that. The only thing CUNY would like you to do is to use your student email, because there's a lot of bogus emails and emails that try to look like you sent an email that may have a virus in it. So we try to stay within the SLU3 emails, which is the student email system, just for protection when you're sharing documents. But if you want to use Microsoft Word out of your own personal Office 365, feel free to use that. There's no issues with that.
I would suggest also to use the SLU suite, just because you will have all your documents in one place. And then if you, for example, when we come back live, if you have your papers in your computer at home and you are not using the SLU, then you go to school, and if you don't have a laptop and you don't have your laptop with you, then you wouldn't have your documents with you. So you
Irene,
can have the documents everywhere.
365, if it was their personal SLUs, works the same way. It would be up in the cloud. The only difference normally, and I don't know what version of the cloud package you purchased, you don't get the terabyte space. You might get 512, 256 gigabyte worth of storage, and you have to pay for the additional storage. Office 365 is cloud-based, doesn't matter if it's personal or if it's the CUNY package.
And what about OneDrive and Grammarly?
I'm not sure about Grammarly. OneDrive is part of the package. You get the full suite that you would normally purchase if you bought it for yourself. I'm not sure about Grammarly, but I can look into that for you.
Thank you.
Sorry,
You're
may I ask, what is the Dropbox?
Dropbox is just another storage utility that CUNY sanctions as a cloud-based. We purchased it for all staff, faculty, and students, and we just got larger storage requirements that you would normally get if you purchased it on your own. It's another Google Drive, OneDrive from Microsoft Office 365. They're just storage containers that are backed up for your needs.
Thank you.
Any other questions in the chat, Patrick?
Yes, and I want to mention that we will have workshops starting next week that will speak to a lot of these pieces. We are going to have, it'll start on January 25th with a financial aid workshop, but then we'll move on to a workshop on the 27th about managing your online identity, how to use Zoom, how to use Blackboard, how to use Office 365 that we've been mentioning. And then Laurie mentioned, our registrar mentioned how to use CUNY First. That will be on February 4th. And Jilman's going to put that flyer into the chat. So you can actually sign up for those workshops starting tonight. We'd love for you to sign up for those workshops starting tonight and look at what might best help you. There was one question about an undergraduate student. Does an undergraduate student have access to the research library?
Okay, that was going to be my lead into the next segment. Yes, but there are guides up to show you how to log into the GC library. You need to use your Ample ID and a password that you would need to contact the IT help desk to get. And we'll show you how to log in and get your information. We had one workshop with the library last night that was attended by some students, and we're going to have another one on the 17th, I believe. It's not on your flyer, Patrick, that we should let them know about also that they could sign up for.
We will.
Show you how to get into the library system.
And one question about access to hotspots, Jeff.
If students need hotspots, the school does not have any at this time. Please reach out to the IT help desk. They will then let me know who you are, and I will give you a call, and we will see if we could get some hotspots for students.
Thanks, Jeff. I know you're going to bring Craffens on to talk about Blackboard now.
Yes, did he log
Yes.
in yet?
Yes.
Yes, Jeff, I'm on.
Everyone, this is Craffens. He's a Blackboard administrator. He will talk a little bit about how to log into Blackboard. So Craffens, take it away.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Hi, everyone. Let me share my screen so I can show you. Can you grant me access, please, to share the screen?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay. So while I'm getting access to be able to share the screen, Blackboard is what you call the university learning management system. It's like a virtual classroom, especially right now since everything is online. So you don't physically go to the classroom, you use that virtual environment to interact with your instructor. And that can be integrated with Zoom or any other type of video conferencing systems. So once you are registered for class on CUNY first, the next day that enrollment data is processed and gets you into Blackboard. However, your instructor has to make sure that they load the content into the course in Blackboard and then turn it on so that you can access it. So now let me share my screen with you. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Perfect. To access Blackboard, all you have to do is to go, let me minimize this one. All you have to do is go to cuny.edu, which is the university website, cuny.edu, tap on your browser. And here on the far right side, you select Blackboard. Let me move this all the way at the bottom. Here, just like if you were planning to go to CUNY first, you will click on CUNY first, but here you select Blackboard. It will take you to the same login page as CUNY first. However, at SLU, you have two different of login credentials. One is your SLU email address, the SLU3, and then you have your CUNY first login credentials, which is the same one you have to use for Blackboard, which is your first name, that last name, and the last two digits of your employee ID, and at login.cuny.edu. The same password you use for CUNY first is the same password you use for Blackboard. Once you enter your password, you click login, and it will take you to the main page on Blackboard. On the left side, you will see my courses. That's where all the courses for which you are enrolled for the term will be listed. Some of them might say unavailable because the instructor hasn't turned it on so that you can access it. But once you registered for a course in CUNY first, the next day, you should see it on Blackboard. And on the right side, where you have here my organizations, earlier, the registrar mentioned something about SPARK, which is the sexual prevention program. You will see that listed here on the left side. This is my screen. I have a lot of courses and a lot of stuff on here. So yours as a student may not be as full as mine. So to access your course, all you have to click on it. And if the instructor has any type of information, assignment, and everything, it will be listed here. And they will provide you some sort of guide how to navigate to the course content. One of the things that we usually ask students to do the first time they're logging into Blackboard is to go here under, they can do it from this tab here called Tech Help and Resources. That has links to resources like documentation on how to use Blackboard and everything else. But one of the most important things is to make sure that your email address is the right one. Usually, like let's say 5 years ago or a couple years ago, you were attending another CUNY institutions, which means you at that point you have a different email address. Now you are attending SLU, you have the SLU email address. But that email address is not being pushed into Blackboard. So therefore, when you go, you still have the old email address. So the first day you log into Blackboard, please make sure that you go here, update email address. It will show you which one you currently have. If that's not the one that you're using, you type the new email address, which is your SLU email address. It doesn't accept any Hotmail, any third-party email such as Hotmail, Gmail, etc. Only an email address that ends with cuny.edu, which means the SLU is SLU3.cuny.edu. You will take that. Once you enter that email address, you click on submit, it will update it for you. Therefore, anytime your instructor adds a content to the course or decide to send you a message, you will receive that notification to your email. And so therefore, it's critical on the first day, once you first log into Blackboard, when you set up everything into CUNY first, your CUNY first account is working perfectly, you're able to register for courses, then you go into Blackboard. And to access it, once again, you go to cuny.edu. Let me log out. cuny.edu. sorry, cuny.edu. And right here, that's where you access all the CUNY resources. You click on Blackboard, it takes you to the login page. On February 2nd, we have a workshop, and I believe they already shared the sheet with you guys. Or if you're interested to learn more about Blackboard, how to use it with your courses, how to upload assignments. Earlier, there was a question about using Office 365. If you type a paper in Microsoft Word in Office 365, there are multiple ways that you can save that paper and then upload it to Blackboard for your instructor. That's if your instructor asks you to send the paper to Blackboard. Some instructor might ask you to send it as an email attachment, but most instructors are using Blackboard as a way to keep track of the student assignment so that they can grade it where everything is located in Blackboard. Once you submit the paper, the instructor grades it, then the grade stays in Blackboard. You can go and check your grade. You don't have to wait to send an email to the instructor to ask for your grade. Once everything is done, it's automatically populated into Blackboard. And at the end of the year, the instructor will put that data and upload it to CUNY first. That's a quick overview. I believe there's a question in the chat. Okay, for Blackboard, you have to use the same username that you use for CUNY first, which is your first name, that last name at login.cuny.edu. Let me go again and share it for you. So this is it. For example, my first name, the dot, my last name, the last two digits of my employer ID at login.cuny.edu, which is the same credentials you use for CUNY first.
Thank you, Craftens.
You're welcome. And I'm looking forward to seeing most of you on the 2nd for the workshop.
Wonderful. And we'll have more workshops. As we said, check out the PDF that Jillman dropped in the chat. Craftens is a workshop, the IT of workshops, and then our registrar. So I just want to thank you again to Laurie Grimes, our registrar, to Jeff Rickman and our IT team, and to Craftens Valson, who just spoke about Blackboard. Just want to mention one more thing about IT. We do have a laptop loaner program. If you do find yourself needing a laptop to support your academic work, please be in touch with the IT team. And there's also a form you will be filling out if you are pursuing that is on our IT website. So thank you, everybody. I now want to introduce some of our student leaders. I want to introduce three of them. Two of them are part of the student union. I want to introduce Iriam Lopez, or reintroduce Iriam Lopez, who is a steering committee member of the SLU Student Union, as well as being on the faculty student disciplinary committee. Justin Sanchez is our co-chair of the SLU Student Union. And then I want to introduce also Fitzroy Searless, who is a student representative on the Academic Governing Council. Welcome, guys. How are y'all doing?
Hey, everyone. I am doing great today.
Justin, do you want to say a little bit about the student union and its work?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Sanchez. Greetings from the Boogie Down Bronx. I am your co-chair for the student union. So with the student union, we are in charge of making sure representing your voice, not only to the administration, but also to the CUNY-wide campus as a whole. We have been doing a lot of work to make sure that we're hitting the ground running this semester, which will be kind of weird because we're all online and virtual, but we will make the most of it and still move forward like we are on an actual campus. We have lots of ways to get involved. You'll be receiving an email from us in the next 2 weeks telling you when future meeting times will be, ways for you to get involved if you would like, and also what we are planning to do for the entire year. We hope that you will get more engaged and involved on campus. We will help you get involved in a lot of different student organizations, and we're excited that you're here. We want to add anything, Miriam?
No, the only thing I was going to say is to definitely keep in contact with us. And I'm looking right now for our email. We do have an email address if you guys want to get, have any questions or want to reach out to us directly. But other than that, yeah, just definitely check your SLU email, constantly, because we will be sending things to that email. Specifically, we'll be sending out also a survey because we want to hear from you and what it is that you want us to work on. So, so please just be on the lookout for that.
Thank you both. And Iriam and Justin are part of our, speaking of Inauguration Day, they're part of our inaugural year of this SLU Student Union. And we will be having elections for every seat is open every year. A student can run for the seat of office for up to 2 years, or can hold, take on the seat up to 2 years, but they have to run each year. And we will be having those elections for the 7 officer posts between March 15th and April 30th. We'll be in touch with you during the spring semester about that. Thank you both. I want to introduce Fitzroy Searless again. Fitzroy, do you want to mention a little bit about your work on the Academic Governing Council and also your committee work?
Certainly. So good evening, everyone. My name is Fitzroy Searles. As Patrick mentioned, I'm on the Academic Governing Council. I've been on it for 2 years. And so the AGC is different than the student union. In fact, it actually was one of the bodies that was instrumental in establishing the student union. So the AGC works with faculty and administration on policy issues as it relates to students. We were part of the Middle States accreditation program that made sure that SLU's course offerings and principles aligned with other institutions of similar size and programming. As a member of the AGC, I'm also a member of the course advisement committee. So we discuss course offerings that are currently that will currently be part of the roster, as well as present ideas from a student perspective. So then that way, when policies are implemented, it's not done without student consideration. And if anyone has any questions, I'm welcome, free to answer them.
Thank you, Fitzroy, and thank you all for representing our student body so well and for being here tonight. Iriam just put the email for the student union in the chat, and stay in touch. And we appreciate your leadership, and we hope that folks on here tonight will be joining your leadership group. Meetings for the AGC are open to the public and open to students, and all student union meetings are open to all students at SLU. So watch your email, and let's grow this student leadership body. Thank you all again. And now I want to turn it over to Samina Shahidi, who's going to talk to you about a survey and some music. Thank you, Samina.